Hi, I'm Reb Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 43 years. I'm going through the lessons again this year, asking Jesus to clarify for me, and then I write from that clarity, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. Before we get started, I wanted to ask that if you find this helpful, to please like it, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. That'd be very helpful to me. Also, I very much appreciate the comments. I read every single one of them. And feel free to comment. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're looking at lesson 317. I follow in the way appointed me. I have a special place to fill, a role for me alone. Salvation waits until I take this part as what I choose to do. Until I make this choice, I am the slave of time and human destiny. But when I willingly and gladly go the way my Father's plan appointed me to go, then I will recognize salvation as already here, already given all my brothers, and already mine as well. Father, your way is what I choose today. Where it would lead me, do I choose to go? And what it would have me do I choose to do? Your way is certain and the end secure. The memory of you awaits me there, and all my sorrows end in your embrace, which you have promised to your son, who thought mistakenly that he had wandered far from the sure protection of your loving arms. This lesson assures me that I am still as God created me, and I am where he established me in his loving arms. Accepting this as my special role to fill, I alone must do this. No one can do it for me. For a long time, I had wondered about the others, my children, friends, and family, and so many people who have no idea that this is their role too. If I awaken and am saved from my illusions, but almost everyone else is not, what then? It made me feel so alone, and that cannot be right. We're not separate. It was a quandary. But Jesus tells us that we discover when we awaken that salvation is already there, given to me and all my brothers. It has already happened. We're all safe in God. And awakening is a realization that this is so. Nothing real changes when I awaken. It is simply an awareness of reality. So why do I need to do anything in the story? Why do I need to do the lessons and practice choosing love over fear? Well, it's so that I can clear my mind of nonsense and finally accept the truth instead. It does not matter very much it does matter very much that I do this work. If I'm afraid of my brother, I will not want to know that I'm one with him. If I think that having more in the world is my salvation, I will not want to be saved from the world. I was watching a video this morning by Sonny Sharman. He was explaining something hard to understand in such beautifully simple terms. What Jesus wants us to remember is who we are. All sorts of things are experienced. These experiences change constantly. But what doesn't change? What is always here and doesn't change? It is myself. I know the body which changes. I know the world which changes. But I am always what God created. I do not change. I am that which never changes and is aware of the ever-changing experiences. I recommend watching the short video and saving it so you can go back to it until it seems clear to you. This is what Jesus is trying to tell us. What we are is unchanging awareness. Different words, same message. I'm going to place a link to that video in the comments in case you're interested. The world is an uncertain and often fearful place. Nothing can be depended on. Everything is constantly changing. Separation is lonely and the cause of suffering. Our safety cannot be found here. And all we need to do to be aware of that safety is to remember who we are. We're not the body we have been identifying with. We are that unchanging self that is aware of the body and its many experiences. We're not the changing thoughts that move through the mind. We are that which is aware of them. What a relief that is. These thoughts are the most insane jumble of nonsense. One moment they're happy thoughts, and the next they're frightening or angry or hateful, and then back to a happy memory. All of this in seconds. And worst of all, they go in an endless repeating cycle with no apparent way out. I don't know how we stand it without going insane. Well, according to Jesus, we are insane. I get that. But this is only if we identify with our thoughts. Otherwise, they're just a parade of ideas of which we are aware. Here's something I'm starting to practice to help me break that cycle. When I notice a thought that is upsetting, I step back from it and remember that it is a changeable thought. I am that which does not change. Sometimes I make it simpler as I devote a few minutes to watching the thoughts and remind myself that this is a thought. In that statement is a realization that it is not me. No matter how insane or inane the thought, it is not about me. I am not these thoughts. I am that which is aware of them. This can make me feel uneasy if I do it for too long because I'm still too identified with the body and its thoughts. But I come back to it again and again until it starts to feel freeing instead of threatening. Today, I choose to go where God would lead me so that I can remember Him and remember myself. And with each small willingness, the light becomes easier to trust. It meets me where I am, gently drawing me back to the stillness that never leaves. I'm held in a certainty that is not of this world, and I follow it home. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll be back soon with another reading. See you then.